Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Jayashree, for inviting me here to share my journey and my life lessons with all of you. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I grew up in Hyderabad, where my father was an IAS officer, a middle-class South Indian family, but luckily very broad-minded. There was no distinction made between my brother and me in terms of our upbringing and education. I was always told that women must be educated and financially independent. That was my first lesson. Gender equality starts in childhood, at home, where boys and girls must be taught that they are equal and to respect each other. Lesson number 2, the values imparted by my parents, like hard work, discipline, punctuality, honesty, and academic excellence, are invaluable even today. They were the reason I was a school topper, a university gold medalist in my BCom degree, and a national rank holder in my CA course. Lesson number 3, Indian girls are like Dashavataram. I always say this. Though I'm a CA, I'm also a Bharatanatyam dancer and a Veena player. I have an advanced diploma in French. From a young age, we women learn to multitask and be a daughter, wife, mother, and professional. It's not easy, but it is essential. And believe me, women are far better than men at multitasking. Sorry about that. And then came my next life lesson. Halfway through my CA, I got married, like many girls in their early 20s in those times. CA is a very tough course, as Mr. Lalit can tell you. Only 20% of people pass the exam. And it's not easy to study after marriage. I had to shift to Chennai, a new city, new family, a new life. It would have been easy to give up. Believe me, I was tempted. But I persevered thanks to the support of my family, and not only passed in the first attempt, but also managed to pass with a good rank. I learned that where there is a will, there is a way. As Anne Ryan said, for women, the question isn't who is going to let you. The question is, who is going to stop you? Millions of Indian girls discontinue their education and leave the workforce after marriage and childbirth. Therefore, the next lesson I learned, which I tell all young girls today, the choice of your life partner is the most important decision you make. Make sure your partner supports your dreams. Life is unpredictable, and it's not enough to be professionally qualified. Women must be financially independent. I learned this lesson because my grandmother had faced a tragedy very early in life when she lost my grandfather, and she had 3 young daughters to be married off. Inheritance laws in India are not fair to women. This is the most important lesson for women. It is financial independence that brings true gender equality. I started working in the Sri Ram Group. I learned that when a woman enters a meeting room or a boardroom, she is in a man's world. But I learned an important lesson. As women, we cannot demand respect. We have to command respect by the way we work, the way we behave, the way we dress, the way we speak, and the way we carry ourselves. Women often lack confidence in themselves because they don't know their true worth. We need to own what we do and give it total commitment. And people will have no choice but to give you the recognition and respect you deserve. My 25 years of work experience with the Sri Ram Group has shown me why women leave the workforce and what we can do to bridge the gender gap. Women need flexible hours. Women need maternity leave. Women need childcare and support systems. Thankfully, the COVID pandemic and technology has allowed work from home. It's a blessing for most women. Ironically, every time I had an important meeting in the office, there will be a crisis at home. It's Murphy's Law. And this is more challenging when you have young children. So I took a break for 5 years after my son was born, because you can delegate driving to a driver. You can delegate cooking to a cook. But the one job you cannot delegate is parenting. When your child is running 102 fever, the mother jolly well be there. I wanted to be a hands-on mother. So I took a break and returned to work after 5 years when my son was in full day school, and I never regretted it. Today, I'm proud to say I made it for every school day, every PTA meeting, and every birthday party. It required multitasking and time management. It required me to compromise, prioritize, and sacrifice. Women get so caught up with work and family that they sometimes forget to take care of themselves. I make time for my friends, my fitness, my personal hobbies, swimming, gardening, music, and dance. I take an active part in my welfare association because my neighborhood matters to me. As a family, we plan at least one trip a year to a new country. In fact, the last trip we made just before COVID was to Russia, which is a beautiful country. Travel is a great teacher. It gives you a global perspective of business, of life, meeting new people, new experiences. And finally, as women, we must get out of our comfort zone, because that's where the magic happens. When I took on the post of chairperson at FICCI Flow in 2019, it required a lot of hard work, planning, and time management. But I took up the challenge to balance my family and FICCI Flow. I remember celebrating our last Women's Day exactly 3 years ago in this very hotel as chairperson, and the chief guest was none other than Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, the then defense minister. In Flow, I learned the value of teamwork. Teamwork truly makes your dream work. And I learned that when you give your 100%, even the universe conspires to help you in your journey. Friends, thank you all for being part of my journey. I hope the lessons I shared help you all reach greater heights. I end with the words of Indra Nooyi. Whatever you do, put your head, heart, and soul in it. At the end of the day, don't forget you are a person. Don't forget you are a mother. Don't forget you are a wife and a daughter. And no matter how much money or success you have, what is also important is friends, family, and faith in yourself. Happy Women's Day to all of you today and every day of your lives. Thank you.